These Tubu women must venture across the vast sand seas of the Sahara in search of a miniature well just 1 meter square. It will mean the difference between life and death. They call this place the Tenere, the land of nothing. It is featureless, scorching, and unreliable. Foni is a Tubu woman who can find her way to water without a map or a compass. She's brought her daughter, Shede, only 10 years old. The well they seek is still 3 days' walk away. This is the toughest journey they'll ever face together. They undertake this perilous journey for food. They must cross 240 kilometers just to get to market, to trade camels for supplies that will last them 6 months. This caravan is only women and children, since for the Tubu, it's the women who are the great navigators. To the untrained eye, a dune is just a dune, but Foni can tell which ones to trust in a place where nothing stands still. Smaller dunes shapeshift, moving with the wind, making them unreliable. But larger dunes, towering over 60 meters, are more stable, revealing signs of a much bigger picture. Over thousands of years, prevailing desert winds have blown dunes into long, parallel ridges, the only landmarks for the travelers. The Tubu look to the sun and the ridge line to work out which direction to go. Then they count each ridge to know how far they've gone. They've been walking for 10 hours in the blazing sun. They must rest. They make their camp out of a single sheet and ration their water. The camel's share is mixed with oats, while the women drink sweet tea. They rise early, before the sun gets too hot. They only carry enough water to get to the well, so the pace they travel is key. This specialist understanding of the desert is fast disappearing. Today, only a few hundred Tubu women possess the knowledge. Foni believes that by teaching Shede, she can keep it alive for another generation. When darkness falls, Foni also teaches Shede how to read the night sky. For now, at least, they know they're on the right path. It's day 3. Today they must find the well. While packing up, Phony decides Shede is ready to take charge. But the well is so hidden that even if she's only a few hundred meters away, she could miss it. She sets them off in the right direction, aligning herself between the ridges ahead and the sunrise to the east. For some children Shede's age, just 10 years old, finding their way to school is challenge enough. But Shede has to find her way 20 miles across the bleakest landscape on Earth. But with her mother's guiding words echoing in her head, she strides forward. After a grueling 12 hours riding, the 10th ridge is finally in sight. The lonely bush in the dip of the dune marks the valley of the well. Shede has found the only well for 80 kilometers around. She's made her mum proud. Finally, Shede can water the camels. With their thirst quenched, she washes off 3 days of dust. Now they've got water, they'll make it to market, but they're still weeks away from finishing their journey. Not all deserts are swelteringly hot. The Gobi in Mongolia is a desert of extremes, lying far north of the equator. Here, scorching summer highs plunge to freezing Arctic lows. It's February, minus 20 degrees Celsius, and the few wells people have are frozen over. But amazingly, water appears here as snow. The snow doesn't fall here. It's blown over 3,000 kilometers from Siberia, and these bitter winds means it never settles for long. So Ganbold and his twin-humped Bactrian camels must chase the snow towards the mountains where it lingers. This rare snow is a lifeline. It's so important, he and his family have set up their winter camp in the foothills. But he's taking a risk. His herd, including pregnant females, are now in the hunting grounds of a voracious desert predator, and they like nothing better than newborn camel flesh. Gobi desert wolves roam over thousands of kilometers. Their keen sense of smell helps them shadow the herds at a distance. If Ganbold drops his guard, they'll attack. He returns to camp to hear that his son has interrupted a wolf attack. One sheep has been killed. As evening falls, an icy dust storm builds. In the warm tent, wolves are the only topic of conversation. At midnight, Ganbold checks his pregnant camels one last time. He suddenly realizes his prize female is missing. But with the storm, they can't look for her until daylight. Come dawn, the search is on to find out what has become of her and her unborn calf. Ganbold musters his friends. It's a race between them and the wolves. They find tracks. Ganbold heads to the highest ridge, and the scale of his task becomes clear. More fresh tracks. They've seen off the enemy, but is the camel nearby? Finally, they see a shape. Ganbold's beloved camel is alive, and she's given birth. But the calf isn't moving. To his great relief, the calf is breathing. Only a few hours old, the calf is too weak to walk back to camp. So Ganbold gives it a lift. His son rushes out to help, and his other boys meet the latest addition to the herd. Ganbold gives thanks for his good fortune.